Hey boys and girls, Mr. Giamini. I want to come to you with some problems or examples on how to solve equations when they contain fractions. Now, I don't know how long I'll be able to work here because my computer's glitching a great deal. So let's get moving quickly here. I'm looking at number 9. It says p minus 1/4 is equal to 1/6. Now, first thing I know is I need to isolate that variable. I'm using the word isolate because the variable does not have a coefficient with it. It is by itself. It's not being multiplied. Now, to isolate that p, I need to get rid of this 1/4. Well, to get rid of it, I need to do the opposite of subtraction, which in this case is addition. So I'm going to add 1/4 to both sides. Add 1/4 to both sides. Now we have a negative 1/4, a positive 1/4. Those are opposites. Together they make 0. I have the variable p left. P is equal to, looking at 1/4 and 1/6, I notice the denominators are not the same. I must find their least common multiple. Well, the least common multiple for 6 and 4 is 12. So I put a 12 as the denominator here. I put a 12 as the denominator here. All right. Now, I need to ask myself, what did I multiply the 6 by to make it 12? Well, I multiplied it by 2. So I want to make an equivalent fraction, so I must multiply the numerator by the same thing. So 1 times 2 is 2. And you would notice that 2/12 simplifies to 1/6. I haven't changed its value, just renamed it, made an equivalent one. What did I multiply 4 by to get 12? Well, I multiplied it by 3. So times this by 3. 1 times 3 is 3. I add these two together. I add numerators. 2 plus 3 is 5. The denominators are the same, which is what I want, so it becomes 5/12. So p would equal 5/12. I think we're okay with those. What I want to focus in on is like 12, 13, and 14. So I'm going to erase this stuff. And let's look at number 12. So we have 3/4 times some value m is equal to 5/6. Now, I need to get that m by itself. I need to evaluate for 1m. Right now I have 3/4 of an m because really we're multiplying here. And I want to undo the multiplication by doing the inverse operation, which is, the inverse of multiplication is division. 3/4 divided by 3/4 just leaves me now with m, which is what my goal was. And now I'm going to write this divide by 3/4. Divide by 3/4. Now we know when we're dividing fractions, we must multiply by the reciprocal. All right. In this case, we're taking 5/6. That stays the same. Try to make that a little neater. 5/6 times 4/3. The reciprocal, we're just taking the reciprocal of this. Now, I like to do cross reduction, and some of you are still a little uncomfortable with it, but I think the more you do it, the better you become. 5 and 3 have no common factors. 4 and 6 do have a common factor. The common factor they both have is 2. So I'm going to write a 2 up here and a 2 down here. So I know, oh, their common factor is 2. So I'm saying, what is 4 divided by 2? And that gives you 2. So the new numerator above the 3 is now 2. Let's go 6 divided by 2. The new denominator down here by the 3, or below the 5, is 3. We now go 5 times 2 is 10. 3 times 3 is 9. So we have 10/9, and that is also equal to 1 and 1/9. All right. Let's take a look at another one. Let's take a look at 13. We have 1/2 times x is equal to 5/8. And I always like to say it to myself as I write it out. So as you're writing these out, you should be saying it to yourself. We know that this is multiplication. To undo multiplication, to evaluate for 1x, not a half of x, we divide both sides by 1/2. These cancel out, leave me with just the x, which is what my goal is. I want to divide this. I want to divide 5/8. 5/8 divided by 1/2. We will take the reciprocal of this second fraction, which in this case is the half, which my pen's not writing the half. Oh, there you go. So now we take 5/8. We multiply it by 2/1. And again, I like to do cross reduction. 5 and 1 have no common factor other than 1. 2 and 8 do have a common factor, 2. Cross out the 2, make it a 1. Cross out the 8, make it a 4. We have 5 times 1 is 5. We have 4 times 1 is 4. I would take 5/4. I'd also like to see it as a mixed number, which is 1 and 1/4. Hope this helps you out. I'm going to stop now before my computer acts up anymore. Take care. Bye.